Y254. Imagine.
Africa, Kenya. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, the PowerTalk show with me, Dominic. It's another Wednesday, and I hope you're enjoying yourself and that you're okay and God is blessing you and keeping you safe. This is another amazing day where you're doing the PowerTalk show, and I love being here at Africa performing. And can you make some noise again for at Africa? Yeah. Make some noise for yourselves also. There is a band. Yeah. Oh, I've got a great audience. I love my audience. Always here with me to make sure that this show is one of the very best. So today we are talking about touching a heart, teaching a mind, because we are talking about how you can make a difference. And today we'll be talking to one young man called John Mulei, and how he has gone ahead to touch hundreds of young people with the little he had, but with a big heart, and how he has been able to make a difference in one way or the other. And that's one of the most beautiful things that I want you to learn or to get from this show, that you can be able to make a difference wherever you are with the little that you have, by looking around and say, what can I do with what I have? And so you'll be hearing from John Mulei and what he'll be sharing with us today, all the way from Kitui, and what he has been doing there and other various parts of the country. So please go to our social media places, our Y254 page, Instagram, Twitter, and comment there. Or if you have any suggestions or opinions or questions to John Mulei or to our show, please comment and talk to us. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you. So once again, I hope you're well. Welcome to the show. I'm going to give it back to At Africa Kenya so that they can take us through. Give it up again for At Africa Kenya. Let's go.
asante sana na viatu shuleni, nasoma ka wengine, natimiza ndoto zangu. Asante sana na viatu shuleni, nasoma ka wengine, natimiza ndoto zangu. Asante sana na viatu shuleni, nasoma ka wengine, natimiza ndoto zangu. Asante sana, nipe nafasi mimi binafsi pia na marafiki, nivae viatu shuleni sawa na wale wa mjini.
Actually, that song is part of what we're going to be speaking about today, because we are today, as I mentioned to you, we are speaking to John Mulei. John Mulei is the founder of Viatu Shuleni, just like that song by At Africa Kenya is saying Nipe Viatu, and we'll be talking about that in a bit. But for now, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too, bro.
I like your beard, and I tried to get such a beard and nothing. I have a huge patch here. When I tried to keep a beard, a huge patch and nothing.
Yeah, some fertilizer will make
Some
it.
fertilizer.
Yes.
Please propose some variety, like cow dung. Like no.
Not really cow dung, not really cow dung. But it's just the gene.
Is that just gin?
Yes.
I just don't have it.
Yeah,
That's what
don't
you're
worry,
saying.
Don't worry, don't
All
worry.
right, no, we will. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much.
You were
bro.
born in India.
Well, I was born in Makueni at a place called Boni.
Mboni.
Yeah, my dad
Sounds
used
like
to
India.
work there. My dad used to my dad used to work there.
Uh-huh.
So when I was 3 years old, he decided to go and do further studies. That's where now he went with us as a family to India.
To India.
Yeah, that's where I spent my childhood.
There is a bit of an accent there. I can actually hear some accent when you speak.
No, really.
Like you're about to say now. I was born in India.
No.
All right, so you moved to India. Which state that?
Pune.
Pune.
Yeah.
I was there some time ago. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
But I went during the summer. Terrible time.
Yeah, really hot.
Really hot.
Yeah,
It was in some parts of India they hit 50 degrees.
Yes.
And
yes.
sometimes people die because of the heat wave. That is, I've never experienced such high heat. So you went to India at what age?
Yeah, I was 3 years old back then.
3 years old.
Yes.
And for 8 years you were there.
Yeah, I put up there for 8 years. Went to Spices Elementary School, all the way to grade 6. Then now we came back to Kenya.
To Kenya.
Yeah.
So this, may I ask which year was this?
That was back in 1991.
1991. That's
Yes.
when you came back.
No,
That's when
we
you were
left.
going that side.
Yes.
I would have said, man, you're an ancestor, man, already.
No,
If
no,
you are
no, no, no,
91,
no.
you're coming back, a living ancestor you are.
No. Yeah.
Now, so 91, that's when you went. That's so you came back in 1999.
98.
98.
Yes.
Okay. So when there did you said you went to school and all that? Did you pick a language?
Yeah, a little bit of Indian language, but
Hindi?
came back. Yes. I used to speak quite good, but came back and then it all went away.
Quite some
Yeah.
time though. From 98 is quite some time
Yes,
to
yes.
sustain a language that you don't speak so often.
Yeah, that is it, because you don't practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, so I have a you are a fascinating character for me, and that's one of the things that I really wanted to for you to come here and tell us about your story.
Yeah, thank
You started a computer college.
Yes.
It didn't
yes.
work. You went into politics, and so
Terribly failed in politics. Yes.
before you go to that,
Yeah.
you started a computer college.
Yeah.
But you had a stable job.
Yes.
Do
yes.
you, looking back, do you feel it was a bad decision to quit your stable job to go start a computer college?
Okay, the first days it was the best decision I ever made, because now I'm the boss of my business.
Yeah.
I decide how I'm going to run my business. But later on, when now business has highs and lows. So when I hit the low buttons, then I realized at some point I really made the wrong decision to quit employment. But later on in life, I realized in business you grow.
Sure.
You get to grow and you get to know the limit that you can go. Yeah, so I think it was not really bad, but I went through the process and I'm glad I made that decision to quit.
You're glad you went there
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
You're an accountant, you're a professional
Yes,
accountant.
I'm an
So actually your skills helped you to start your own business.
Yeah, because accounting is one thing that enables you now run the business well. You know, the cash flow, all that. Yeah.
People can play you when you.
Yeah, you cannot, because you know your math really good. Yes,
That's
yes.
pretty good. And 4 years later, you decided to run for Kitui South constituency as an MP.
Yes.
Why did you decide to join politics?
Okay, for me, I made the decision to get into politics at an early age. Like I remember back when I was in primary school, my dad used to work in Nairobi. So we used to go to shags like every December. So I'll see my cousins and friends go to schools under tree shades. They're going to school bare feet. And then my granddad will send us to take water. We'll go in the morning to fetch water and come back at lunchtime. So you can imagine half of the day we're going to fetch water. So when I come back to Nairobi, when you want water, it's you turn the tap on, off. Kids here are doing school buses. Home, there's nothing like a school bus. I mean, it's totally different. So I realized there's a problem here. And back then, there's nothing I could do. So I realized if I could get into politics, I could change this narrative.
You could get into the system and change from within.
Yeah, I could change it from within. Yes.
So you, 4 years into running your computer college,
yes,
you decided you want to join politics.
Yes, I decided let me try and see if I can be the change in politics.
Can you tell us a bit about this story, because it's the most powerful thing that, you know, one of the, I think, learning experience or learning curve that you had to go through. Could you tell us about how you decided to start the campaigning and how it was up to the very end?
Okay, fine. Politics in Kenya is not what you see. There is a lot that goes behind the scene, and
not good things.
Yeah, not really good things. Let me start with now as an aspirant. You can either run independently or you can run under a party. Now, the best thing about running under a party, it's a lot of teamwork involved. But now getting a nomination certificate to vie under a party, that is now where the problem is. And a lot of youth, they actually don't make it past the ballot paper because there's no party that can take them for what they are. And youth only have a manifesto. They're like, hey, I want to do A, B, C, D. But now the party, you have to pay the nomination fee, which is actually going for hundreds and 100,000 of money. And a lot of youths are kicked out because you don't have the money. So for me, I was lucky. I had a party that took me from me, and a party that wanted to know what is it that I'll deliver, but not what is it that I'll give them.
Which party was that?
Ukweli Party.
Ukweli Party.
Yeah, Ukweli Party.
Boniface Mwangi.
Yes, yes, that's my boss. That's my party leader.
Okay.
So Ukweli Party gave me the opportunity to vie. And one thing I learned about politics is not an easy game. For you to be elected, there is a lot that goes into. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of things that goes behind the scenes, which actually a lot of people don't talk about. And for me, I'm not bitter I lost. I normally make fun of it, like I got 190 votes out of, I don't know, we were around 60,000 votes. But what I normally tell my fellow youth who ran for political office, the number of votes you get, it is not a reflection of the effort you put in. Because you put in a lot of effort, you put in a lot of hard work. I mean, there is a lot that you put in. So the votes you get is just a message from the electorate that you need to put more effort. Maybe next time we might consider you.
But you walked to campaign?
Yes. Like
you used tuk-tuks to
get...
Yes.
Like for me, when I was starting the campaign, I just had a little savings from my business. And then I sold a few items from my computer college, at least to have enough money to campaign. So when I was starting my campaign, I started on foot. And some people thought I was mad because how can a member of parliament campaign on foot? I mean, it doesn't add up because people have this imagination. For you to be a member of parliament, you must be up there in the society.
And driving a big car.
Yeah, you have a fleet of cars, you have a lot of money. But now this is a guy who has a lot of dreams. He's on foot and he claims he wants to be the member of parliament. So I started on foot. I graduated and did a tuk-tuk. Now people now would ridicule me more. Hey, you're doing a tuk-tuk, man. Like, this is not a state as a member of parliament. But for me, I was not really after how I'm campaigning. My thing was, what am I going to deliver? And that is what now I'll tell people. Don't look at how I'm campaigning. Yes, I'm on foot, I'm doing a tuk-tuk. But listen to what is it that I want to offer to you guys. And now make a decision based on that, not what I'll give you, because I don't have anything to give.
Absolutely.
But I have a manifesto, I have a vision which I can deliver if you guys vote for me.
Why didn't you decide to start as an MCA? Why did you go straight for an MP?
Okay, for me, I think I was a member of parliament and MCA. For me, I think a member of parliament will give me more capacity, will give me more ability to reach out to more people, as opposed to an MCA.
To an MCA, okay.
Yeah.
Now, see, even though you would encourage someone, a young person trying to join politics, the moment you lost, you did not leave the house.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, it hits you hard, nonetheless.
Yes, yes.
And at the same time, you lost your business in order to pay back debts.
Yeah.
How was this moment for you?
Okay, for me, let me say the hardest day in my life was when now the results were being announced. Bearing in mind, I put in my all. You know, when you go to an election, you don't go there to be number 2 or number 3. You go into an election to be number 1. So for you to be number 1, you have to sacrifice everything you have. You have to put in your all. If it's possible, you sell a few items, personal items. If it's possible, you can actually take a loan. Because you're on ground, the electorate is one cunning person. They'll never tell you they'll not vote for you. You'll go, they'll tell you, hey, mheshimiwa, tutakupigia kura. So they'll just psych you up, then whatever you have, you give, whatever you have, you give, because they're telling you, tutakupigia kura. Then now you get the bad news when the results are being announced. You wonder like, hey, all these people who said they'll vote for me, where are they right now? So for me, that was the hardest moment. I actually lost my business because I had debts, as we just said, and I had to settle them. So I lost my business. I actually literally lost everything I earned in the name of service to humanity.
Service.
Yeah,
and that brings me the question:
yeah.
Do you feel like people are not worth helping at some moments? Like, did you feel like people are not grateful? Like people are just, you're trying to help people, you're honest.
Yeah.
But the people, like, you reach a point and you're like, you actually deserve to be where you are. You pathetic people. Did you reach a point of like feeling this way?
Okay. I don't blame the people. I blame the system. The people who run the system, they've corrupted it. So now a genuine guy will not be taken for a genuine guy. These guys who run the system, they actually corrupt it with money. So now if you're genuine, people don't see you for your ideas. They'll ask you, where's the money? But now this guy who has the money, they'll worship him because he can buy them A, B, C, D. He can solve their problems. But you on this side, you cannot do that. All you have is a Bible or a manifesto. I'll do for you A, B, C, D.
Yes.
Now that is now where the problem is.
That's the problem comes.
Yeah.
So a bit of education on the electorate.
Yeah, right? Actually a lot of civic education needs. But now the best thing is the electorate now has seen the benefits of now going for a manifesto, for going for ideas and not people. Because our system, we vote for people, but we don't vote for ideas. And that's why we only have one-term members of parliament, one-term governors, because we only vote for the people. This is my tribesman. This person is my friend. But you're not really asking the question, what ideas does he have for us?
What changes he bringing?
Yeah, what is it doing for us?
And the change you wanted to bring is closely associated with your foundation.
Yes.
Y254 Shuleni.
Yes.
So after getting back on your feet, after like getting psychologically balanced, you decided to go back to something that you're passionate about, something that you had been you had noticed that young people are going to school without shoes, right?
Yeah.
So and you wanted to give them shoes.
Yeah.
Why did you want to make an impact by giving shoes? I mean, people would say, okay, you want to help students, give them pens, pencils, somewhere books to read. You say no, let's give them shoes.
Yeah. Okay. I can say leadership is a continuous process, and true leadership doesn't end at the ballot. In as much as I consider defeat, I did not give up my dreams. And one of the things I promised kids, I'll support them. Once elected, I'll make sure they get quality education. And in as much as I considered defeat, I realized I'm not going to give up on this one dream about supporting the kids in school and ensuring they get quality education. So after I lost, and then I went back, sat down and realized, no, I'll not run away from this dream. It kept disturbing me. So I said, let me start a foundation and work on it and see how I will support the kids. Now, you mentioned why shoes and not pen. Now, a child who walks to school the way I'm wearing, the way I am right now, barefoot.
Yes. Before you explain about it, because I want to also talk about why you came bare. I've been persevering a lot seated here, but thank God you had washed your shoes last night.
I did. I did.
So we're going to take a break right now. We're going to come back to talk about Y254 Shuleni. But so that we can be able to watch a little bit about Y254 Shuleni, let's watch this clip that's going to give us a bit of an intro to what Y254 Shuleni is all about and how beautiful it is and what it's doing a terrific job for the young kids, young students back in Kitui and other places in eastern Kenya. Let's watch this.
Growing up, it was normal to see school children walk to school barefoot and without proper school uniform. 30 years down the line, quality education still remains a distant dream. We have a lot of children who are out of school and a lot of children who are going through an inadequate education system.
Sana za kulia school tena sia dunga alina mapasa ilalwa kila nene yani no wes sani zuno no sike sia tu su ikeke info
naweza na sakwa na ngo go sambeza sikala itana ngwa itana sia tu na nenda haisomo muno kwibinda ingini sandenya.
Viatu Shuleni is a community-based organization, and our main goal is to ensure that every school-going child has a pair of school shoe and uniform.
Nimekuwa na Viatu Shuleni workshop. Lengo letu ni kusaidia watu wapate viatu, hasa wanafunzi wanapoenda shuleni. Kuna wakati kunakuwa na jua kali na miguu inachomeka. Kwa hivyo mtu akiwa na viatu anaweza kujisikia yuko sawa hata akiwa darasani. Kuchomwa na jua hakutamsumbua. Tunataka mradi huu uendelee.
Once we attain quality education, our next goal is to ensure that we tackle a much more bigger problem, from water scarcity, unemployment, the rural-urban migration, and the perennial drought.
Please, yeah, that's beautiful one. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Thank you so much. That's really good stuff what you're doing. So you were explaining about that. Can you just go ahead. You were talking about why you and the band that support you, they're part of your team.
Yeah.
Why they today you came barefooted, you know?
Okay.
So is it a protest or is it something you learned in India?
Okay, fine. In every given democracy, we have dissenting voices. And a dissenting voice is just an activist who is agitating for reforms, either socially, economically, or politically. Now, for you to register your displeasure, you can either choose to go in the street to demonstrate, and we all know those normally end with ugly scenes, or you can go the non-violent way. And for me, walking in bare feet is a non-violent gesture. I am demonstrating against the system that has failed. And I vowed to myself that I will go without shoes until I raise 100,000 pairs of school shoes.
100,000 shoes?
Yes, for kids.
Where are you at right now?
Kitui.
I mean, how many shoes do you have right now?
So far we've done 1,000. We've done 1,000, yes.
And 99,000 to go.
99,000 to go.
We're going to support you.
Yes.
You're going to support? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're getting yourself fans.
Yeah, you know, another thing, let me say. A child who goes to school in bare feet, you know, we as humans were very quick to judge kids in school. We say this kid is a dumb kid, this kid is a bright kid. But every child is blessed with an ability. Every child is blessed with a gift. But a child who goes to school barefoot psychologically is disturbed. This child, imagine you have to go to the toilet, there's a lot of urine, you have to step on it, and you're barefoot. This child in class, the classroom floor is cold, and you still cannot concentrate because the floor is cold. And if this child has to go and play, maybe the child gets pricked on the feet. The next day, he or she cannot play. Yeah. So this child has a bad attitude towards school and a bad attitude towards education. This child does not perform. Not that this child is not a bright kid. Only that they have a bad attitude toward education. So I think we should support these kids so that they can understand there's an ability inside of them. But the way they are right now, they will not see it. And a lot of them drop out of school. And the ones that make it through the education system, they do not perform well because they have a bad attitude. I'm not really good in class. Why does this other kid have a pair of shoes? Why is it that I don't have a pair of shoes in school? I mean, is it that my parents don't love me? I mean, yeah. So there's a lot that this child goes through. And I think the best thing that we could do is support this kid.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, you have what you can call the blueprint or the kind of shoes that you actually do. Probably you could hold them up so that they could be seen right kidogo because the flowers, so that they can actually be seen. You could give me one of it to hold.
This is for you.
Yeah. So these are the kind of shoes that you actually make for the kids?
This is the kind of shoe we make.
You actually design and make them?
Yes, we have a workshop. We've actually gotten a few youth around the community. We teach them the shoemaking process, and now they make the shoe and then we deliver to the school. Now, let me tell you how the program began. So we began by now donating the school shoe to homesteads. Then these children will donate the shoe, they'll go to the school. And the school they attend, the rest of the kids don't have shoe. So the rest of the kids felt left out of the project. So now we had to change strategy and now start donating per school so that everyone gets involved or is a part of the program. Now, after we came up with the school project, now the issue of sustainability came. If we donate to a particular school, how sustainable is it? After a year, these kids will end up walking barefoot again. So how sustainable is the project? So we decided every child will have to contribute 10 shillings per month for 2 years.
Okay.
After every 2 years, you get a new pair of school shoe. So the 10 shillings will take you from primary school all the way to secondary school.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, so now no child will lack a pair of school shoe while in school.
And it's pretty good for that terrain, no? That's
yes, this will go for 2 years.
It's a four-wheel shoe.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at 10 shilling, a child has a pair of school shoe from primary all the way to secondary school.
I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, you have wow. So first of all, you've given people jobs.
Yes,
to make the shoes.
Yes.
And then you're making a difference in the community.
Yes.
I mean, that we need more of you.
Yes.
But I still have a question, and I'm not criticizing what you're doing.
Yes.
But don't you think that if we do a lot of charity, we might give the government an excuse not to do what they're supposed to be doing?
Okay. Let me use a different example. Where I come from, it's been 50 years since we got independence. But at this day and age, you'll still see women and children going and digging up the sand in order to get a glass of water. At this day and age, 50 years down the line, the roads that were built in colonial days are the roads that we're using up to now. So that is 50 years. Classrooms that were built back then, actually most children are doing under 3 shades, and the class they're quite deplorable. If you just think about it, a dam, for you to build a dam, it is 3 years for you to do a dam. 50 years, I mean, why don't we have enough dams?
Sure.
For you to do a kilometer of road, that is in 15 days you can do a kilometer of road. Why don't we have the roads? If it is a classroom, it takes you a week to build a classroom. I mean, these leaders have taken us for a ride for quite too long. And the reason I'm doing this is to just counter check. We can do more. What is it that you're doing with your fund? What is it that you're doing at your capacity? So me doing this NGO is just telling them we have solutions. It's only that your priorities are misplaced. Yes.
And I think it's I also think even it's a good way of preparing future leaders.
Yes, yes.
When these children grow up seeing kindness and goodness, and when they occupy positions of power, they will have a conscience, to be able to spread some good. So congratulations for what you are doing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, any desire to go back to politics?
Okay. Where I'm at right now, I don't have the capacity because there's a lot that I think needs to be changed. And if I'm not able to change that, then I think I'll have to get into politics back again to ensure that I sort all this mess that is there. Because I think politics give you that platform. Because the schools we have, the politicians decide. The roads we have, politicians decide. But most have absconded their duty. So I think it's good we run as youth. This is the time for us to change. If we don't go for politics now, we'll keep complaining here back.
Absolutely.
We don't have this, we don't have that. But we're not uniting as a whole to do that change. Yeah.
Going to Berlin, Germany helped you to ignite your passion to, especially in this work. You went to Berlin, Germany for leadership training.
Yes.
And something like that. Because of this foundation, right? Did you receive support, or was it more of a training, giving you resources in terms of how to mobilize resources, what kind of support they give you?
Okay, I was among the participants that were selected from Kenya to go to Berlin on a conference. And I actually went to Berlin when I was at my lowest. And yeah, I really thank Dr. Jan. He nominated me, he liked what I was doing, and he said, hey, I really have so much belief in what you're doing and in your initiative and you as a politician. So I had the opportunity to travel to Berlin. Berlin is a really good place. In Berlin, it was actually more of youth and politics. And I learned where I went wrong in the campaign. I learned where I went wrong as a politician. And I think I came back more smarter than I was.
Absolutely.
At least I learned quite a lot that I didn't know.
Awesome. That's really, I can see you brightening up even as you say that. Please go back to politics. Some of us are politicians, but from the sidelines, where we shout and tell them what to do, you seem to have the capacity to get into the game and play it. Go in there. I think, as you're saying, Kenyans, we are getting sharper and sharper, and we are understanding what needs to be done. Now, I'm wondering if is there someone from the audience who would like to ask Mulei a question before we close it up? There is somebody right back there. Any other person who has a question? So let's start back there. Okay, there is a question there. So pass the mic back there, and then just say your name and the question briefly. Keep the question brief, and then pass the mic in front. Go ahead.
what motivated you to start such an organization, and what was the reason behind it?
Okay, thank you. What motivated you? And yeah, all right. Please pass the mic to the person in front of you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Faraj Kangu, University of Nairobi. So I would like to ask a political question. We understand that currently in our nation, we have majority of youths. And you've said that you scooped around 100 and I don't know. 190 votes. 190 votes. What happened that you were not able to convince the majority of youths to come on your side to give you the majority number?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Give it up for them. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so 2 questions. Go for it.
Let me start with why I started the foundation. I remember one day when I was doing my usual campaign, I was passing by a school, and the kids in that school started calling out my name. Hey, John Mulei, John Mulei. So I stopped, and then we said, let's go and greet the kids. They've called me from a distance. So when I went to the school, I talked to the kids. I just motivated them. Then I asked them, what would you like me to do for you when I'm elected? And then the kids said, utulete viatu.
Awesome.
So like months down the line, I realized I made a promise. And as I mentioned earlier, leadership is a continuous process. You don't quit because you lost. You continue with what you believe in. So I realized I owe the kids, because now it went around that, hey, John Mulei is going to get every kid a pair of shoes. So I realized I need to fulfill that promise, and that's why I started the foundation, to ensure that every kid has an equal opportunity in school.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's really good. That's I love it. Okay, a kid touched your heart.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then there was a question of
he
Faraj.
asked me like, okay, fine. Us the youths were the majority of the registered voters, but unfortunately we don't hold the majority of the leadership positions. Now this is the problem with youths. Let me mention 2 things. Us youths, we don't believe in our own. As a youth, you'd rather worship someone than you'll worship me, because as a youth, there's no entitlement. You're young. What is attractive about you being young? You're beautiful. What is attractive about you being beautiful? So the youth, a lot of youth actually campaign on that platform. But mashinani huku, they want ideas. So a lot of youth lost for that, because we're campaigning on this youthful platform. Hey, I'm a youth, munipigie kura. But when you ask a question, what is it that you'll deliver? People went blank. And then secondly, the reason why many of the youths were not elected, because many youth, they don't have the machinery to run a successful campaign. We only have the manifesto, you only have the idea. But when it comes to running a successful campaign, we don't have it. And I actually advise a lot of people now who are coming into business, into politics. You must have an entrepreneurial mindset. And in business, for you to gain, what do you have to do? You have to invest. So the bigger the investment, the greater what?
The return.
The return. So you have to invest right now. Invest in ideas. Invest hope in people. Invest something that people can associate with you. We complain, wazee wameingia politics sana. But these people we call wazee, I mean, sorry for using that language.
It's all right.
Right now they're investing in what? We see them in funerals, indio. We see them in harambes. I mean, they make sure they spend money everywhere. So when election comes, who will you vote for?
Of course,
this person who touched your hearts, indio. So it is upon now as youth, do something. If you don't have the money, invest hope in people. Invest a character they can associate with. So now when it comes to election, wanasema yenyewe who's jamaa, kuna venye we can relate with him. But us now we are doing YOLO. And then election kikuja, tunasema wazee wameingia, wameacha vijana. So start investing something right now, so that when election comes, people can now think about you as a candidate.
Give it up to John Mulei. We'll take those 2 questions for now because of the time that we have that is running out. So we just take those 2 questions for now. I understand that you wanted to ask an extra question, but because of the time we have, we might have to conclude at this point. Okay, so now we have spoken very serious things.
Yeah.
All right? I think it's time to play a little game.
Yeah, it's all right.
You're up for it?
It's all right.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play a game right now. And I'm going to stand so that we can actually play this game. So, what I have here is I've got some sweets. And I'm going to ask also for you to join me, and maybe also some 3 volunteers to come here. I'm going to ask my 2 volunteers to come and join me right here. Okay. So I've got some sweet here, and please right there. Here you are. Okay. Take your position. Take your position. So this game is very easy. This game is very easy. What all that they have to do is they are going to bite one string. I mean, with the bit of their teeth, the front teeth. And then when I say go, we'll be cheering them as they try to eat the sweet. So one person will have to try. So please place the string on the front teeth. Okay, don't put so much string inside. Don't be corrupt. Don't be Kenyan. Okay, then the other side. Okay. So when I say go, you cheer them, and then we see who gets the sweet first. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. All right. Yeah. What, the ladies, are you cheering your own? Because for us we are cheering the gentlemen. Gentlemen. All right. Mulei has it. All right. Ladies, we can't see what is happening there. What is happening to the ladies? All right, who has the sweet? Come on, let's go, ladies. Let's go. The sweet is still not inside anybody's. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them. Give it up. All right, you can have your seat. You can have your seat. Yeah, you can have your seat. Thank you so much. So that has been my guest, John Mulei, talking to us about Viatu Shuleni and the beautiful things that he is doing there. And I want to thank you for joining me for this show and listening to him. And I hope you have been inspired by what John Mulei is doing. And I hope also you can be able to go. Now, I don't know, you don't have a mic, but you have Viatu Shuleni. It's on social media, I guess. Social media. So Viatu Shuleni, go to Viatu Shuleni on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All right. And please donate to them because we can be able to make a difference. You and I, as young as we are, just donate to them so that they can be able to make these shoes and deliver to the kids out there. And also for you. Remember, you can be mad. You can make a difference. You can see what you can do. You can be kind to other people, and you can be the reason why maybe our country becomes a source of hope, not only for ourselves, but also for future generations and for our neighboring nations. I want to thank again John Mulei, the founder of Viatu Shuleni, for being with us today, for being our guest. Thank you also to my guests. Give it up to yourselves and the guests for being here. And I also want to give it up to Enoch Masanga, the director of Art Africa Band. Together with his band Art Africa, give it up, make some noise for. Thank you so much once again to all you dear viewers watching from home. Keep the conversation going, and I hope to see you again. Watch the repeat of the show tomorrow, and also hope to see you again next week. God bless you, have a good night, and make a difference. Art Africa, let's go.
Shoes for the shoeless, Viatu Shuleni. 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 Shoes for the shoeless, Shuleni, shoes for the shoeless, shoes for the shoeless, Viatu Shuleni, shoes for the shoeless, Viatu Shuleni, shoes for the shoeless, Viatu Shuleni, shoes for the shoeless, shoes for the shoeless, shoes for the shoeless, support their dreams and give them a little hope, a smile on the face. For education is the key to success, so let us provide them with shoes. Shoes for the shoeless, support their dreams and give them a little hope with smiles on the face. For education is the key to success, so let's motivate them, put shoes on the feet. Hope again, Christmas confidence, we show providence and climb high like an eagle, high as an eagle. Give me hope again, Christmas confidence. Providence, I'm flying high as an eagle, high as an eagle. Give me hope, but give me Christmas confidence. With you, providence, I'm flying high as an eagle, high as an eagle. Shoe providence, I'm flying high as an eagle.